A massive, deadly winter storm is moving across at least 35 states. More than 200 million people are in the path of these frigid conditions. The Louisiana Department of Health confirms 2 men have died due to hypothermia. Roughly 2/3 of the U.S. has been bracing for the storm conditions. Let's take another look across the country. Cincinnati is set for a record-breaking snowstorm with significant snowfall and extreme cold. Officials in Atlanta, Georgia are telling people to stay off the roads because of icy conditions, freezing rain and sleet already coating trees and vehicles in ice. And you can see on our radar the sheer scale of the storm in the last few hours. CBS News Miami meteorologist Shane Hinton has the forecast.
I'm CBS News meteorologist Shane Hinton, continuing to monitor that winter storm for you, with over 30 states being impacted by winter weather alerts and over 190 million Americans in the line of threat for this. Let's go ahead and take a look at the radar. As you can see, this system continuing to move from west to east, bringing snowfall, ice, sleet, and rain to portions of the southeast, the mid-Atlantic, and eventually up to the northeast as we make our way into the end of the weekend and the beginning of next week. So here's a look at the latest storm track for you here. You can see the snow in white and purple, freezing rain and sleet mix as we make our way in the areas in pink, and that cold rain that's going to be associated with it as well. Now, this will continue through Sunday evening, starting to impact the northeast later today, and then into Monday, maybe even into early Tuesday, and we expect things to start clearing out for us a bit. Now, we will have to monitor not only the potential for the cold temperatures, but also the snowfall that we have to factor in. You can see over the next 24 to 48 hours, the most heavily hit and impacted areas are going to be portions of the Midwest, the Ohio Valley, and then into the northeast. If we take a closer look at those snowfall totals, you can see that we are expecting some areas in the northeast, maybe between New York and Boston, to pick up over an additional foot of snow, and that is going to impact travel significantly, in addition to the fact when you factor in the ice that could accumulate. Keep in mind that not only will the ice create travel nightmares and headaches, it will also increase the potential for power outages. That Arctic cold still going to be impacting much of the country, especially, just look at that as you make your way up to Bismarck. Feels like temperatures negative 24 degrees today as you make your way to areas such as Atlanta and the mid-Atlantic near Raleigh. Temperatures going to be feeling like they're in the 20s. For tomorrow, I do expect temperatures to still be bone-chillingly cold near Minneapolis, 15 degrees on the thermometer, 31 in New York. Now, in addition to the cold, we also have to monitor the potential for some strong storms that could develop with the storms that are going to be moving through with that cold front. Now, I see the highest potential for these storms to develop in the panhandle of Florida, where we could see some strong storms containing damaging wind and isolated tornadoes.
All right, Shane Hinton, thank you. So let's check in on those power outages. The winter weather already knocking out power for hundreds of thousands of people. According to Find Energy, more than 816,000 people are currently without power. Many of the outages are in the south, stretching from Texas up to Kentucky. Airlines have canceled more than 11,000 U.S. flights for Sunday, according to flight tracking site FlightAware. That's the most in a single day since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. Our teams are fanned out across the country. Let's check in with CBS News correspondent Nicole Valdes in Nashville, Tennessee.
What's falling right now is not snow. It is freezing rain. Check out what it's doing. Look at this tree. It's already got maybe a half an inch of ice formed on here. It's weighing down these branches, and in some cases, they are snapping off, falling to the ground, or taking out power lines with it. We already know of nearly 200,000 customers in the Nashville area that are without power. That means they're without heat, and we could be facing single-digit temperatures here by tonight. That is going to be dangerous. The local utility company says their phones are already overloaded by the amount of people calling to report their power is out. This could be a very dangerous situation as we start to see more ice form as this freezing rain continues to come down, something that people need to take seriously as we start getting into dangerous cold later tonight. Back to you.
All right, Nicole, thank you. And the storm is bringing plenty of snow to New England today. CBS News correspondent Tom Hanson has more from Boston.
As you can see, the snow is starting to come down here. We're specifically in Hyde Park, which is a suburb of Boston, and we are at an area work center for Eversource, which provides heat, gas, and water for 4.4 million people across Massachusetts and Connecticut. Now, as we look ahead to this storm ramping up this afternoon into the evening, they have hundreds of personnel on standby to jump in if there are any issues. Specifically, they are concerned about heating with this storm because as you can see, the consistency of this snow, it is light, it is fluffy. It is not going to be a huge concern for downing power lines, for freezing onto power lines, but they are more concerned about the sustained cold that will follow this storm in the days to come. Now, specifically what we're looking at here, we are looking at about 9 inches total of snow heading into the afternoon and the evening. We're going to get another 3 inches. That's according to the National Weather Service come tomorrow. And then we are going to get a lot of cold weather here. So as I mentioned, Eversource ready to jump in for any heating needs. Obviously, a lot of people rely on gas to heat their homes, and that's going to be the big concern for this storm. Back to you.
Tom Hanson, thank you. We'll have you covered with updates on the storm all day long from across the country, so stay right here on CBS News 24/7.